Yeah, I like that part when Beerus was like about to step in because really showed off that he clearly could have taken on Moro, but it also does raise 1,000 other questions as regarding Beerus as to, like, how strong is he really? Like, how much bullshit have they really been feeding us this entire time with like regarding this character? It's just there's a lot.
I'm gonna go on since you don't have much. Like I go what I like. All right, what I liked. I liked there was some teamwork.
Hold that thought 1 second. Hold on, I gotta restart this real quick. I apologize, but for some reason the camera didn't capture on OBS, but it's capturing the Zoom meeting, and now it's.
Oh sheesh!
I apologize.
Oh no, it's all good.
Yeah, OBS is like that's what the fuck it won't.
Language, sir. There's kids watching this.
Sorry.
I'm just messing with you. Fuck those kids.
I'm gonna take this camera and just throw it through a wall. Honestly.
Yeah, I might just buy me. Are you
I
ready?
hold on, I won't have it for what you call it for this Zoom meeting, but I need it more for OBS. So hold on, I just have to read it up again and see if it'll actually capture. I don't understand why it's such a problem.
I can send you the Zoom meeting immediately afterwards.
So what?
I can send you the audio file of the Zoom meeting immediately.
Okay, yeah, okay. So we're good to restart the stream. But all right, you see it. You were saying, sorry, stream, I probably had to restart it to get the camera working.
Your boy Coach, what I was gonna say, what I liked about this chapter, as you said, Vegeta was they couldn't win without Vegeta. So I like that he was useful with his technique. I liked how they got Whis and Beerus out of there as they're the trump card. It showed that they're still very, very much stronger than Goku. That's something I was worried about. So I was like, all right, they're still top tier. Hopefully they keep them out the story right now, forbid them from helping out the others. Something to hope in the future. Other things I like seeing Goten and Trunks. I like those characters. I'm mad that they get shafted so much. We got to see them. I guess the appearance of Ooh, that was something different. That was left field. I wasn't expecting that, but it was a surprise. I feel some way about that, but I'm gonna get on that into the negative about part of it. But just the surprise of Ooh being there, that was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that shit. But that's pretty much the good on the chapter, I guess. And the drawings were pretty clean.
Drawings are nice. I always appreciate the artwork for this manga, but like there were just so many things. I like this chapter alone brings so many questions and like honestly kind of a retcon too.
Oh yeah, major retcon. People are trying.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start with a big one right here. Like, okay, another thing like Oob. Showing Oob is cool because I fuck with Oob. But here's another thing: that one scene with Oob, the fact that Oob had so much God Ki. So much that he by himself was able to put Goku back in Ultra Instinct mastered form
is bullshit.
Is insane. It's absolutely insane. He undermines every fucking character now. He must be stronger than Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, all of them. Not only that, but this also is going to you're going to hate this part, but this also solidifies the theory that Kid Buu was in fact the strongest form of Buu.
Because Super Buu still had the same thing, but it kind of.
That alone right there just solidified it because they've just based on how much they've hyped up God Ki, that alone proves that he was the strongest form of him, and the fact that he reincarnated form of himself just made a giant form of energy by accident and still like walking around like everything's fine. So that alone has just like retconned so much shit.
How the fuck how did Goku beat him in Super Saiyan?
Exactly. It makes you wonder how that happened. It makes you wonder the whole thing how they won. All of it was bullshit. They need to really stop with that plot point.
Like, how did they even fucking sense his energy?
Right? Right?
Because what we know about
injury, how they touch him, like it's just absolutely insane. I mean, I like that it makes Kid Buu seem a lot more dangerous than what he actually was. Because I like Kid Buu.
But here's the thing: even goes back to the creation of Kid Buu. How the fuck did Kid Buu get God Ki? Because he was created by a fucking wizard.
But remember, he swallowed the Kai, remember?
Well, why the fuck Supreme Kai don't got God Key like that?
Because he kept it. Because Boo kept it. They explained all of these in this arc. They were like, Kid Boo, after Kid Boo technically swallowed him and started swallowing Kai, he remained.
But
And
doesn't
I guess
Supreme Kai
showed.
have God Key since he's the new Supreme Kai? Like it doesn't make sense.
I don't know, but also in this chapter, did you read that Dende also has God Key? He just says his hasn't developed yet. Makes you wonder how he got that and why. Just because he became the guardian of the earth? Like, the whole God Key thing is really just starting to show a finger up its own ass and turning into a fist.
Yeah, I'm like, that's bad. Like I
It,
hopefully Toy does not when they do the anime adaptation, they don't pick up that plot point.
you know they will. I mean, I'll talk about anime or anime was God Key. Just the manga, they try to explain it better, but it just doesn't work. But
Yeah, it's like
it's just that whole thing. It just really undermines
telling a story of new stuff in between something that we already know had happened was the dumbest thing ever.
Was no one even for it. No one did. Because now we wonder what this next arc hopefully goes into past Z. Otherwise, I'm not even interested in. There's nothing they're going to talk about. I'm going to be like, okay, even if it's like Goku versus Beerus, like, I don't care. I want to know, are they going to go past Z, or is this going to somehow lead into the ending of Z? If that's the case, this shit, then Super was a fucking waste.
Yeah, super weird.
But let's go ahead and dive this chapter real quick. You know, like other things. Like my thing with Vegeta is I hate the route they went with Vegeta. He still, even though he helped and I will say this, he helped in the smallest degree possible in this chapter.
He did the same thing he did in the Cell Saga.
But even to a worse degree, honestly, I would say. At least the Cell Saga that had some merit, it was cool, it was different and new. You know, like, Vegeta is helping, whip past his pride. At this point, we know Vegeta's gonna do shit to pass his pride. But my problem here is this. He went through they hyped him up so hard, or this whole arc, he was hyped up. From the time that he met Moro to when he went off to go train, to even when Whis was like all Saiyans show extreme growth, talking about Goku, and then they had the one scene where they looked up in the sky and said, and Vegeta, and they went on to like panel on Vegeta. Yep. Everything he learned was specifically just for this arc in this fight. Going forward, what can these techniques do against someone who's just naturally strong like Jiren? The Spirit Fission does nothing to someone like that. And as far as everything else goes, he's not going to use instant transmission. You already stated that. What else can he do? He can make himself giant. Okay, Piccolo does that and doesn't do it for obvious reasons. And he can make multi-forms, which is like, again, a technique that other people can already do. Like, the shit that he learned at first was super cool. It honestly, after the arc, and especially how the arc ends, it shows like, wow, it was just for this villain. And now in the future, he's now been solidified as a sideline B character. He is now going to be only an assist tool because of these abilities now. He's now going to be Goku's backup energy. So when Goku's like, oh, I can't fight anymore, here comes Vegeta with, I can, gather energy and give it to you now. Like, that was pretty much what they just turned this dude into. Which is so fucking annoying. So annoying. Like, it's beyond, like, it's just so dumb. And now, like, and even trying to help in this art, in this chapter, like I'm here, like, right now, I have on my stream, he's here punching the ground, hitting Moro, or like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, he's making Moro lose energy. But Moro is the planet himself. And we saw at the beginning of this chapter, he was already a higher planet. So I don't think Vegeta had enough strength to where he could have really made a difference in, the energy absorption. And it actually shows in this chapter because Vegeta even says, I can only rip away his spirit energy from him for so long. And then literally like 4 or 5 pages later, he literally says, I'm at my limit, so do it already. He's draining me faster than I can strip him of his spirit. So literally meaning that Vegeta's efforts were going to waste. Yeah. Literally, as he was doing, they were going to waste. And then to undermine him even more, when he absorbs all the energy or gets the friend bomb from everybody, the spirit friendship transfer, whatever the fuck you want to call it these days, when he adds his own energy, it always takes Goku up to fucking blue. Not even to like UI, just blue. Like, and Goku had the energy of all these Z fighters plus Goshen and Trunks, other people who were on the lookout who tried to help before. And the Vegeta addition to his own, it does literally amounts to nothing. And I don't care that Vegeta was at this point of being hurt or whatever, or having absorbed, because guess at the same time, was also standing on the ground where the energy is being absorbed. And yet,
hold on, you went out.
Oh, did you hear me?
You went out. So go repeat what you just said.
I said that like I said, she giving it to Goku only got Goku to blue. I've seen people make comments like Vegeta weakened from, or he was having his energy drained from Moro faster because he was on the battlefield. I'm just kind of like, that answer doesn't work because at the beginning of the chapter, Moro was already part of the planet, and we see him absorbing the planet energy, like from not just it was on the battlefield, also at other parts of the planet. But then somehow Oob is managed able to give Goku this giant or sum of energy, but yet he seems to be unaffected by the energy drain at all, even though he is standing directly on the planet and he wouldn't know how to stop himself from being drained. So it's a very easy oversight that they've done. I'm just kind of like, why? Like they must really think people are stupid to not notice that. Like it's just a really force fed handout that gave a really cliche ending to what could have been an amazing arc. Like it was just terrible. And then Goku, when he gets the energy, he makes it makes a Susanoo that they take straight out of Naruto, just so Goku can do a one punch man to Moro's head. Like, what was the point of even having the Susanoo part there? He could have either just been like, do what they usually do. He powers up, blasts away Moro's hands, and then just charges in.
While you were talking,
sorry, go ahead.
While you were talking, I just thought of something. All right, so Kid Buu and the Fat Buu separated in Dragon Ball Z. How the fuck did Kid Buu get reincarnated with the God Key?
Because in this chapter they explained that I guess Kid Buu retained the God when I guess
that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, but that's what Super is becoming. It's becoming a legit retcon of itself. It's literally just trying to add new things, but not really. It's fucking like old things up. That's why they should have just went past Z.
Come thinking like that doesn't make sense. So that means when Buu first separated, Evil Buu had God Key.
Yes.
So Super Buu had God.
Yes, that's literally. I mean, they said that in the chapter. And then they said that since he got reincarnated, his reincarnation is the one that kept the God Key.
But they separate. How does the reincarnation get God Key when the evil side? I don't
because it was the evil side that got reincarnated, but it was the evil side that kept the God Key. So when he was,
but how did when the good side was still living with the God in him?
No.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but it doesn't make sense since they split the dial shit should have had.
I understand absolutely, but that's just the amount of writing and effort they're putting into the show now. Like they don't care. Like
Charo sucks. I know some people trying to defend him. I don't like his story. I don't like his writing.
I want to. He had it was a good start. It was just really bad execution towards the end. Like
was it really? It was really Piccolo. It was the Piccolo arc, King Piccolo in space.
Not really though. It really wasn't. Like the whole King Piccolo thing is just like
ancient evil awakened.
He wasn't an ancient evil. He wasn't an ancient evil awakened. He was a prisoner. That was the reason why Moro was a prisoner.
Yeah, King Piccolo was a prisoner.
Prisoners. King Piccolo was like you just said was an ancient demon
that was imprisoned by Master Muito,
but was released. If I hadn't said prisoner, you would have gone on a separate route.
Someone released Moro, the little Frieza soldier.
Okay, but he was released from jail, like prison, like it was actually like a galactic art thing. Like what you're talking about is a seal, essentially, not like a prisoner. It was a seal.
I mean, it's very similar. You know what I'm saying? You
don't want to say similar because Moro was in jail and because he had minions. That's the only.
Moro's King Piccolo in space with Super Saiyans, with some Frieza and Cell elements.
Moro was more similar to Frieza than you can say King Piccolo. Moro didn't spawn people from his. Like using his own energy, like using his egg or anything. He just had henchmen.
He powered them up with his magic.
Okay. How does that make him the same as King Piccolo? It doesn't. Like they are completely different characters. Like King Piccolo spat people out. They were literally an extension of his actual being.
And his henchmen were an extension of his power. Because they were weak until he powered them up.
Okay, but that doesn't make it the same. That does not make it the same. Giving energy is not the same as saying
very similar. They took some differences, but his basis was King Piccolo.
By that logic, every other character that does that is similar to King Piccolo.
Hey, he's the blueprint.
I'm just saying, by that logic, what you're saying is that means Vegeta's now similar to King Piccolo because he can now give energy. I'm just saying, and that's not even close to true.
I say it is, but we can respectfully disagree. Disagree.
Moro was different. He was something different and unique, and then
I didn't feel he was unique.
You did at first.
I liked his design, but then they start doing things the going from old to young, very King Piccolo ish, absorbing an android. He has a new form. Very.
That
I mean,
okay, okay. The whole getting young thing again, that does make sense. The guy was over 1,000 years old. He got in prison. Like, I mean, they even explained as to why he wants to get younger. Like,
yeah,
it
to
wasn't
get
it wasn't even to get his magical energy. He just wanted his normal body back because he made a second wish to get his magic energy back. So it wasn't like it was one and the same. It was two separate wishes. He just wanted to be in prime form and also have his magic energy back. That's exactly how it happened. Because actually, no, he wished for his magic first, and then he wanted to get a younger body so he can continue his plans because he didn't want to have the same thing happen to him. So it wasn't like it was a bullshit thing. It was very methodical, well played out. And then he also had the third wish, is where he released his gang. It was very well played out how it started off, and then it became very cliche when they came to Earth. Like how Moral, like the thing with Moral leaving them alive just to be like cattle and bait. I was like, oh, I mean that makes sense. I can see, I can actually understand why a villain would do that. Or actually let them escape because it makes sense. Like I'm like okay because he knows he can kill them at any point in time and he just feeds off them and make himself stronger. Fine, I can see that. Had it been another villain, they would have had some bullshit excuse as to why he couldn't have killed them or didn't kill them. Moral was just more of like he decided because he's like I've already beat you now. I've gotten stronger, so you're like free food. Why not? That was fine. And even the way he kind of patrolled the galaxy, he was sending people out. Like I said, sending people out to planets, rob the planet of all its riches, so we have everything we need from that planet. And then when the planet's done useless, I'm going to eat it because I'm hungry, not because I'm evil. It's just because I'm hungry.
yeah,
Like it was very very smart how they started off with him. They just didn't know how to finish it, which is very sad. Like they honestly, what they should have done just to really give more some real depth is had him have an interaction with Frieza. That would have gave him so much more depth. When two
yeah,
villains interact with each other, it's how you get an even better villain, just to see how they interact with one another. That's one thing they should have done, which was a missed opportunity, very missed, because that would have been fantastic to see how Frieza would have dealt with that and vice versa. And also, I feel like the interaction that Moore's like interaction with Beerus is also very annoying because I feel like they would have known about each other. Frieza knew about Beerus. Beerus knew about Frieza. So why wouldn't Moro? He's older than Frieza, and he's been all over the fucking universe for the most part.
yeah,
And he was a direct threat to the Kai. So he definitely would have had, of all the villains that have been shown in the show, he would have had the most he would have had the most reason to have interaction with Beerus. To be honest, like honestly,
yeah. I agree.
he
They
definitely would
maybe they
have.
should have did something.
Honestly, it went south the minute they had Goku do his whole one the sense thing, two with Mirrors not actually killing the villain,
Yeah,
and then
having
three
mirrors
with
in the
Sasuke
story
killing his
was
ending. This
dumb.
very cliche, shitty ending.
And then I feel like
Actually,
the whole second half
yeah,
they copied the
I
Super
agree with you.
Saiyan
I
too.
agree with you 100%. Having him in the story was dumb, and it was even worse how they let him go out like a punk bitch. At that, if you already have a character whose rule is that if I fight, I'm gonna disappear, why not have him go ahead and finish the job? He's already gonna disappear, and the fact that he left his hands in the hands of Goku, who already failed, so his gamble. Honestly, it was a huge gamble because it shouldn't have worked, and that's how I felt the arc should have won. It should have been a gamble that failed, and it could have set this arc into a whole other area that would have made it great. But like that sacrifice was useless, especially since Goku, the next chapter goes, Moro, here's a sense of being. Will you change your evil ways, even though my friend sacrificed his life for me to beat you? It's like, what? Character regression at that point. Like it's just, I don't know, this whole arc is just it made me so happy. It just made me so sad and it's crazy. And then also when they gave Goku this fucking corny ass everything's writing on this fist of mine. He had a pose. I was like, are they trying to make Goku this fucking icon character now with
Yep, he's All Might.
crazy? I was like, bro, I don't need that. Like, that's not what made Goku cool. What made Goku cool was the fact that he didn't do that shit. Like, what makes Goku cool was the fact that instead of doing a fucking anime Naruto run, the dude runs like a real person and does shit. Like, that's what makes Goku cool. The little bit more realistic side of what he has. But making more of the anime cliche is not doing him justice.
I don't really like I said. I really don't care for Torotaro's writing style. It's
I
like
mean,
I
you
say
know,
this is probably the best. This do you think this is the best arc since the Buu saga?
I mean, probably because the other ones are such low balls. Like the other ones is really hard to
So you think this
hit
is
a
better
good.
than Goku Black?
Yes, because I absolutely hate the Goku Black arc.
I
That
don't hate the
arc was
Goku Black arc.
that one was very just convoluted and stupid and dragged on for no reason for the simple fact of plot. Like they honestly, the minute that arc started, Goku and Vegeta should have killed Goku Black within the first fight.
But that was
Vegeta should have had him killed within the first fight by going blue. Honestly, because Vegeta would have done that shit. That's straight up.
it has its problems, but in my opinion, it has some of the best episodes of Dragon Ball Super. Even though they're like ass pulls, they are the best episodes.
You have to be a fan of the arc or a fan of Goku Black to like it. Like me, I just like the minute I saw it was like this makes no sense. Like these two are hitting a new level of like strength, but yet they're being challenged by a guy who literally just tapped into it by accident and is kicking not one or two of their asses, but all three of their asses at the same time. That's why I was like, this shit is stupid, right? Like y'all seeing this guy who's only got Goku's body but none of his real power, pretty just a really shitty Kai in Goku's body, and all of a sudden he's kicking Goku, Vegeta, and
hey, Broly whooped
the
their ass in 5 minutes.
But at least they built up into it for Broly. Like
Broly went from getting his ass whooped in base form to beating the shit out two Super Saiyan Blues in like 10 minutes.
But they built a background for it. I mean, it's an ass pull, but it's completely different from like giving a villain a whole arc for it. They gave Broly just a movie, which was very appeasing. Like they like giving Black a whole arc for him, just like literally just literally just do one ass pull against another is just like how can you call this entertaining? If you consider the fights alone, sure, but if you want to sit there and talk about all the elements will make an arc good, fuck no, it's not. It's just not. It like I will give it probably mediocre at best, but again, that's just what Dragon Ball's becoming. Like ever since like Cell Saga was the last decent saga. Frieza Saga was the last good saga.
I think Cell's better than Frieza.
No way.
I think the Android Cell arc is like
no way.
Depending on my mood, that might be my best saga, and sometimes it's the Saiyan saga.
Like it's definitely a very fun and good saga to watch, but story you just can't like.
Android saga. If you had to describe Dragon Ball Z to someone, I feel like that's the saga that you send them to.
I mean, is it? No, not at all. That's when like the characters become like their worst part. Like honestly, like every character like starts to become like the worst version of themselves. Goku becomes like this dumb fighting otaku who doesn't know when to like take things seriously. Gohan becomes a simple bitch. Vegeta becomes too arrogant and less ruthless. Piccolo is probably the only one who actually keeps a good steady shoulders, but gets outshined by the power of how strong Super Saiyans get. At least in the Frieza arc, everyone was fucking doing work. Everybody, legit.
I think about the Frieza arc, it dragged a little bit, but other than that, it was good. Frieza was very threatening.
It dragged on anime wise because of the fight. Because
the Goku and Frieza part dragged on a lot. Even in the manga, it dragged on. That's the longest fight. It doesn't matter about which version you read. It was a long fight, but it was a good fight. The Frieza arc had a lot at stake. I say the same. Mine is the same. Right now it's the Saiyan arc because it was like all of that was at stake.
Saiyan arc was really good too.
Yeah, it's like even though they won, they lost.
The early arcs were better because shit mattered. Like shit seemed real. Now it's just like
power scaling was people aren't.
Bro, at that point, power scaling didn't even matter that much because like people were using not just like, oh, I'm gonna scream and get stronger. It was legit strategy. Like, look at the Nappa fight. Look how they fought the Ginyu Force. Look how they fought Frieza. That shit was way more strategy based than it was I'm gonna power up. Which I fucking like the way Krillin used solar flare on Frieza and actually work and then try to cut him in half with a Kienzon. I was like, that shit was dope. Like that shit was mad dope. Or the way that Vegeta was fighting Raccoon. Like he wasn't like he knew he was outmatched, but that motherfucker was fighting with his heart out and cheating and cheesing like a motherfucker. Like those fights were mad hardcore. Even the way they had the Raditz fight, like even
that's a very underrated fight. That was a good fight. Excellent fight.
The way he was throwing down, I was like, this shit is hardcore.
Raditz was
the points where like they can get hit for like forever and not really get hurt until like one random attack that's really special all of a sudden hurts them. I'm like, man, like
the Buu saga started all that. I mean, I have a love hate with that.
Buu saga definitely just started.
It started a lot of bad shit in Dragon Ball.
it definitely did.
Only thing, the redeeming art of the Boo Saga is the first half. I think was very good. If they'd have kept the pace that same tone, Boo Saga probably been the best saga. The first half of the Boo Saga is good, even with the Great Sandman shit. I hated it as a kid, but as an adult, I kind of like that slice of moment stuff, and then how it just turned real bad real quick.
I say, man, stuff I enjoy because it just shows development. It's something different. I'm
Yes,
like,
it's
listen,
different. It
I
sets you
appreciate.
up. You're like, all right, Dragon Ball's too lighthearted, and then boom, complete 180 with the Majin Vegeta shit. I was like,
Oh
oh,
man,
so it got real.
I would love for Majin to come back in
He's
some
never
way or
gonna come
form.
back.
Probably not. They're about to give my boy hard. I might as well just go ahead and shit. I am re Dragon Ball anymore because it's just not going to go any better.
Yeah. The one thing I'll
Like
say the Boo saga has over every other saga though, it's the peak art style of Dragon Ball.
yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Like the characters never looked as clean. Like I was just looking at the Gohan, the Majin Vegeta, Goku Super Saiyan model, Goten. Like this the art style they did in that saga was like,
Well, I'm
eh,
pretty sure at that point, that's when Dragon Ball was at its super hype and probably was making a
yeah,
lot of money. Like
that
at that
art
point, they
style
were
was
like,
crazy. Even in the
they were like,
manga,
let's just throw stacks of cash at this animation, and they did. I mean, honestly, like
it's not even that. It's
not.
just the art style, like how the characters look, the shading of their hair and stuff.
Oh, I mean, they're all amazing.
Yeah, I
Like
feel like that was
you can't
story
really find any
wise. The
bad
Saiyan
animation.
Frieza arc was his peak storytelling wise, but I think his art style wise was the end of the Cell Android arc in the Buu saga. As far as his art style.
I can agree with that. But shit, I feel like we're getting distracted from not focusing on this chapter.
Oh, we gotta get back. We already sidetracked. This
Yeah,
chapter,
I apologize,
I think
guys.
it was it's okay as far as the arc. How I feel about it, I'm gonna give this arc. I do you feel like it's better than the Buu saga?
I mean, hard to say.
The Buu
Uh,
saga is drag. That's the
I
main thing.
mean, I would probably say this one's a little bit better because like the Z fighters actually kind of helped for a little bit, and then you got to see a little bit
No,
more
I
like
don't think it's better than the Buu saga.
Majin Buu got to fight a little bit. That was pretty cool.
But it all came.
More like I said, more was pretty cool.
I give it a 7 out of 10.
Seeing the Gohan Piccolo tag team was pretty
But
cool.
no one
Like I
else
said.
really got to. I mean, people fought, but
I mean, yeah, no one got really long drawn out chapters like they should have.
yeah.
I would prefer they've done that and then had this more. Honestly, I would prefer this. Had they had when the invasion arc started, had they had those chapters drawn out more, like had they given like Roshi, Krillin, and
Gohan and
the
Piccolo
TT,
and
like
the androids.
done this. Had they done the bottom feeders first, like so Roshi, T, and all of them, how they got like maybe one or two chapters to focus on their fights, and then they gave it to Gohan and Piccolo and those people, focus on their problem, and then have that really good fight that Moro and Goku had before he went completely broken. Had that last a little bit longer, and then could have ended it with Vegeta coming in.
But they
That would
mishandled.
have been a lot better.
You just made me think they mishandled the side characters because they
What?
brung all the side characters and they all got beat up by his henchmen, which is some bullshit. I'm like, you should at least Gohan,
I
Piccolo, and the
mean,
android should have rocked everybody. I'm sorry. After Term and Power, they should have rocked all the henchmen.
well, I mean, they did up until that one insane dude got buffed up by Moro. I mean, they pretty much did. Like when 7-3, they were knocking that dude around. Like when
It
like when he
had, but
came
it had to take
when,
all four. I'm like, 17 or
it,
Gohan should have been able
it,
to go solo on that.
it didn't even take all three. It was just because, like I said, because that dude had Moro's energy. That his
Yeah.
energy absorption. That's why. So like, it wasn't because they couldn't beat him. It's just because they were like, oh, he's got that hacks abilities real quick. So the minute we start whooping his ass, he can just be like, oh, I'm gonna steal all your energy. So fuck you.
And
So
then
I can
Goku
understand
had to come save
why they had to
Krillin and
bring him.
everybody.
That was stupid. I mean, I really feel like they undermined with the whole.
Yeah, they should have let Krillin and Yamcha them have some victories.
They really should have.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know
They
why.
really
I
haven't
was like,
been useful
just
since the Saiyan
making
saga.
Krillin the beacon of the Goku instant transmission. I was like, come on, y'all! Like, is this what we're gonna do to our boy Krillin? This is the dude who was like not scared of like
Fucking
actually.
Frieza.
Yeah, sure. He wasn't scared of Frieza. Like when Krillin like he was scared, but he was like ready to fight. Like
Shit, he went
Krillin
head
went
up
from
against
he
Boo
went from
and
he,
Cell.
he went from that beast mode character to like this weakling. Like, come the fuck on. They done my boy dirty for real. Like real dirty. But it's just like it's a lot, man. Like it just makes you wonder, like, because next month we're getting the first half of the next chapter will be the ending of this arc and then leading into the beginning of next. And I'm just like, what kind of bullshit are they gonna throw at us, huh? Because I got a lot of questions ranging from the entire cast. I want to know everything about what Goten and Trunks are doing all of a sudden. Why the fuck everyone is still chilling at the lookout?
Why the fuck are Goten and Trunks still a kid? Oob is pretty much where he's at.
Right.
In the end of
They're
Z.
the same age.
Oob is pretty much what he looks like at the end of Z. Why are they still so little?
Where is this shit? I'm about to chat. Y'all need to see this. So where's Goten and Trunks right here? Look at them. They're looking the same as they always done. And where do we go? Where's Oob? Look at him. About the same looking fucking age. Like, it's insane.
And they're a good 7-8 years older than him.
Like, yes, like mad older than him. Unless somehow like the reincarnation shit happened, like maybe Oob was being born and then like they were like, oh, we're gonna put this guy in this body somehow. Like maybe that's the only way they can somehow bullshit it, which I hope they don't. That's the only way I can think of. But so much, and then also I want them to fucking explain to me the fucking Dende, my own divine power is still developing. What the fuck are you talking about? When did you get that? And secondly, if you have it, why doesn't Piccolo have it?
Wow.
He absorbed the previous Guardian. Not only that, he absorbed 2 Namekians.
Yeah, they're wild.
So I'm like they're fucking adding the shit that they're adding that people think is cool is fucking bad. Like you won't believe that I made a huge ass argument on Instagram post this week because I just straight up said this chapter was bad. It was a really forced and mediocre ending. Bro, that shit went on for a day, a full-on day of people just arguing. Like, it got to the point where I didn't have to say anything. People were arguing with each other over this chapter. Like, I saw comments where people were saying, oh, this is the best it's ever been. Dragon Ball's never been any better. Everything was so good. Like, it's the best ending. And other people were agreeing with me saying, this is mediocre as fuck. Like, it is. Shit. They didn't give a fuck about the ending. They were like, well, whatever. They'll give with it. They'll take. Like, people kept saying that we should be happy and take what we get. And that is the wrong mentality to have with a fucking manga.
Especially when it makes so much money.
Exactly. Like, I understand it makes money, but like, if you want to get better, stop saying you'll take what you get. Tell them to go fuck themselves. If it's bad, say it's bad. Like, if it needs to be improved, say it needs to be improved. But just taking anything you can get is the worst. Is the worst thing. It's just gonna flatline or get worse, which in this case it is. Like, people were saying this is a Vegeta win. How the fuck are you gonna say this is a Vegeta win? This is not Vegeta. He's a winning B tier character. Sure, he's the king of the B tiers now. You're right, Vegeta. Congratulations, you just got demoted. You just got demoted in an arc to where they hyped you up. How is that even possible? Like, I don't even understand. How do you get someone so much credit and hype and just say, you know what? I'm not feeling it, dog. Let's move you down one peg.
This arc, Dragon Ball needs what Boruto just did. Toriyama
it's original creator back.
Yeah, Toriyama has to take over. He has to take over. He has to have his editor. He has to get his old editors back because his editors that's what made Dragon Ball good. They didn't let him put out bullshit.
Or maybe get people who give a fuck about manga or who actually care about it looking better because this is just crazy. This is just like
Toro. I'm like, you're supposed to be a fan of the series. Like,
this is fan service at its finest and not in a good way.
I'm like, we've already had We've had 3 arcs of the whole fucking series of fan service.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Super should be called Dragon Ball fan service. I mean, let's be honest. Arcs there. Most of the ideas in arcs they scrapped together have been from theories and things that people have created in the 10-year span that Dragon Ball wasn't on air.
The goddamn Tournament of Powers, basically, they stole the Dragon Ball multiverse idea.
Yep.
From the fan manga.
Yep. The Goku Black arc idea was stolen because someone thought of a Goku Black similar thing as well. So, like, that shit wasn't new. The only thing I think was kind of new.
Super Saiyan God.
Which, I mean...
The ritual, if it would stay the ritual, I think it would have been better. Once they made it, they could just tap in at will. That fucked it up.
Honestly, I feel like Super Saiyan God was the biggest key factor. They were going to be lazy with the whole thing. Like, guys, they just... You know what they did? They recolored your Super Saiyan forms and they gave it to you, and you fucking loved it. Like idiots. The only thing that made God cool was the fact that Goku kind of looked cool when he was looking all red. It was like, it was
all red. He was skinnier. He looked kind of godly.
Yeah. It looked like an homage a little bit to the Kaioken. So I was like, okay, I'll fucks with it. You know, he's all red, cool, whatever. when they did the blue part, I was like, yo, this is Super Saiyan with different color. How are we falling for this? What's next? Super Saiyan 2 blue? He's gonna get the fucking spiky aura with the little
They kind
curly
of
thing.
already
Like
did that. Super
I
Saiyan
don't
evolution.
I don't need that shit. That was just Super Vegeta with darker hair. They can't fool me with that. The minute I saw that form, I was like, he's just Super Vegeta buff. Like, don't get me wrong, Super Vegeta was a hype ass form I like, but they didn't need to do that for Blue. I didn't need that. Really didn't. Really didn't need that at all. Like, it was not something that I was looking forward to.
You know, I
But
used to complain about, oh, they didn't give Gohan enough power. I'm kind of glad they didn't give him Super Saiyan. Because it's like, it's a, I hate that transformation.
I tried to tell you that for years. You always going against me. You're like, nah, nah, nah. And now you see what happens when you make carbon copies. They can't have two. They can't have two of the same characters. So someone's got to get their ass kicked down to the B. And that's what you did with Vegeta. They were trying to make him like the Goku instead of just making him the own badass he should have been.
Yeah,
Fucking crazy.
It's
But and also, like, do you not find it really weird and cliche how Moro died? Like, why is it that destroying the crystal killed him?
But didn't Mirrors destroy all the crystals before he died?
Mirrors destroyed all the crystals and then punched the one in his head. The same way Goku did, but he didn't die.
Yo, we gotta talk about.
So I don't know why and how Moro just fucking died like that. I don't understand.
That doesn't make. Yeah, since we had this conversation,
Like,
I've just liked this
I
chapter
think the
more and
argument
more.
could be made is that like Moro was gonna blow up anyways, but even still, why only he blew up and not the planet since he was the planet itself?
Yeah, and how about this? How about he just lost the power? Well,
Exactly. Like, like that. This own chapter shows how much it was rushed. Like, they didn't give a fuck. Goku didn't even do anything cool to end like this shit in like a really fancy way.
he just punched
Like,
the crystal on his head.
at least in the Tournament of Power, they had it end in a cool way. Goku and Vegeta tackled Jiren off together. Like,
That was Goku and Frieza. Oh yeah.
yeah, Goku and Frieza. Yeah, this one ends in a fucking one punch man punch. That's not even fucking cool. Like, has none of the effect of how cool One Punch Man looks.
How did they end the manga in how did they end the tournament power in the manga?
Same way. Goku and Frieza tackled him off. But what happened was, it was Goku was trying to hold him off, and then Frieza threw the death ball, and Jiren caught it, and then that's when Frieza went and tackled him, and then took him off at the same time.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I kind
of. It was still very cool. It was still very cool.
I checked out on the manga tournament power.
Dude, you should. The manga tournament power was legit.
I watched it. I lost interest when Roshi did Ultra Instinct. I ain't gonna lie. I stopped reading it.
That was very confusing, but he didn't do it. They just explained he knew the principle of it, which I was like, I guess I understand, because Ultra Instinct is just a martial arts tool, which I guess I can understand. But I'm glad they didn't give him like fucking main character Goku Ultra Instinct.
Yeah, he got plot armor as a transformation.
Plot armor technique. Like, at least they were making Roshi, still get hit. I mean, the fact that had him go against Jiren was just kind of like, listen, y'all, should have done it. You should have done it that way.
Roshi couldn't beat King Piccolo. Can't fuck with you.
I mean, it's bad enough in the anime they had Roshi going against Frieza's Universe 6 counterpart not dying. I was like, y'all are really pushing the gun to how strong you think Roshi is. But I'll have to let it slide because it's a really small part. But my thing with the manga Tournament Power I like is that it focused on the most important characters of the arc itself, not like any of the fucking middle people. Like, it was just more of a like, who really was important, who was doing the work in the art, and who deserves to actually get the spotlight. Like,
you know what? I'm giving this a 6 out of 10. This chapter. I meant the whole whatchamacallit. Because the more we talk about it, the more I have to pick a part of it, and it's like, all right, the ending doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's what I do every time. Every time I read these chapters, I will always go back and reread shit and be like, what's happening? That's why I critique this shit so hard. Like, most of the mangas I do this with, like, every manga I read, I will always go back just make sure I either remember what's happening or just to see if any bullshit's happening. This one is the one that keeps repeatedly fucking itself in the ass with more chapters they go on. Honestly, it's insane. But it's just, bro. Moro. What a horrible ending to such a really cool villain. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like they didn't even explore more on his magical powers. Like,
I think they shouldn't even kill him. I think they should probably have just sealed him. Like, you can't beat him.
I would prefer him being dead because if you seal him, that means he's gonna be a recurring villain, which Dragon Ball has too many.
But it
Or
doesn't
not
make sense.
not not too many, but like
It kind of makes me think of like Goku Black. Like how I still to this day I think like how did they get rid of? Because technically he's immortal. Even if I guess Xeno erased him, but isn't he immortal? So
I mean, if you're immortality doesn't mean anything if you're erased from existence. Like if you don't exist, you can't be immortal if you don't exist.
I get. See, that's why it's so it's no
I mean,
point.
it's not like he didn't die. It's just that it's not that he's dead. It's like he wasn't even born. He's just gone from reality itself.
I guess I don't know. I don't know about Super. Like before Super came, I'm a, you know me when we worked together. I was an avid Dragon Ball defender. You say anything bad about it, I got to counter for it.
I remember arguments absolutely. I
Yeah,
remember
Super. I can't even lie.
you defended it hard at first, but you come to the light.
There's
It took
nothing I can
it took
do.
it took many years of me convincing you with hardcore facts, but you've come to the light and welcome. I'm sorry to see it this way. Truly, I am sorry, but I had to save you so we can save this manga. That's the
I
only way.
I still defend Z, but like Super, whew, it's bad, man.
I mean, hey, I love. At the end of the day, I love Dragon Ball. But the only reason why I critique it so hard, especially Super, is because it ruins what it was.
Yeah, it really does. It's not doing.
It's not doing.
It's not helping
It's,
Dragon Ball's legacy.
it's really not. It's just making it worse. It's making Z seem a lot worse than what it is. Making Dragon Ball seem a lot worse than what it is, which it shouldn't. Like, it's just, and I think I kind of get the point. They don't want to go. Maybe the reason why they didn't do After Z is because they didn't want to have the same problem with GT. Maybe they're trying to use Super as a way to give it like a full on story.
But you
Maybe
can't
start
give a
with
story that we know the ending to.
very true. I 100% agree. But maybe this way of just kind of changing it in the way. I mean, again, I don't know
We know no
what the
one's
thought
gonna
process
die
is. I don't even get why they started it at the way they did, but they maybe they have a
because
maybe
they know
they
we
see
all
something
like
that we
Dragon Ball
can't
Z
see.
characters, so they want to try to continue Dragon Ball Z. I'm like, Z
I
was
mean, that's pretty much what they did. But I mean, let's be honest. Like we didn't ask for. I mean, I guess some people did, but the true fans didn't ask for all this bullshit.
yeah. We didn't ask. We wanted the
The
story
things that we
after.
asked for, we asked for simple things like we want to see Goku and Vegeta fight one more time, fight to the death. That's simple shit. That's what we want. Or see like a
Goten and
canon,
Trunks
or
and
a can
Gohan, what
go
they
to the
can
trunks,
do.
go, or a canon version of Super Saiyan 4. We didn't ask for shit like Ultra Instinct. We didn't ask for any of that nonsense. I didn't ask for that at all. No, that's not what we wanted. We just wanted to see some really cool ass Dragon Ball fights. That's about as far as it goes. And then maybe make it as good as it back was when it was Dragon Ball. Like maybe make it back to being more of an adventure show that has some good action, which I thought that's what more arc was going to be. I was like, when this arc started, I was like, when the setting and everything this arc started, I was like, wait a minute, they have Goku and Vegeta joining a galactic police force to stop a prisoner after they just did a multiverse theory. Man, they might actually travel the whole universe of Universe 7. And what the fuck happens? We go back to the same planets they've been to, Namek and Earth. Are we fucking kidding me? Like, dog, like they could have went anywhere with this shit. They could have done something so cool and different. And they just want to keep the same old Dragon formula. I'm like, dog, listen, your fans that really like the show, we want to see something different because we have new mangas to really like kind of
Yeah, it's like you're competing against other great fucking
like literally like they gotta up the bar, man. Like because being subpar and standard is not cutting it. Like fucking subpar mangas are like fucking Fairy Tail, Black Clover, fucking second part of Naruto, like that shit.
Second, wasn't that bad?
Second part of Naruto is bad. First part of Naruto was good. Second part was bad.
I don't know if it's bad.
Shit, we can have a discussion about that too. We can add Naruto to the repertoire too. I can go all day on that one for sure.
It's better than Super, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but I mean, let's be honest. The bar for Super is real low. My only thing is that I actually care about Super now is hit, which they don't even show anymore. So I don't even care about Super. Like honestly, I really don't. Like Vegeta, I still fuck with Vegeta, but listen, once they introduced Hit, I was like, he's my favorite character. And once they fucked him over, I was like, well, I'll never see him again. So it doesn't even matter. Like my interest in Super has come and gone like the wind. I'm just here just more like just to see what if, like where could it possibly go? Because I would like to see it get better, but just honestly, the more I share this page, seeing Goku and Susanoo, it's just like the more it shows that they're not gonna make it better. Like, what's gonna happen next? Goku's gonna get a fucking sword and have a fucking Bankai.
Hey,
Like, all of a sudden they're gonna have devil fruit powers and Vegeta can't swim. Is this what's gonna happen next? Like, I mean, shit.
you know what's coming.
What is gonna happen? It just makes you wonder, dude. So much ass cheese in one chapter, in one arc. It's not good. It's not good. And I want you Dragon Ball fans to listen to me. I'm not trying to be a hater. I know I sound like one, which I mean I do sound like, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not being a hater. I'm just being very critical because me, I like a good storytelling. One, because I've grown up, I grew up with this manga and I've had other mangas. Like I grew up with this manga, well, I grew up with this show, also compared to shows like Yu Yu Hakusho, okay? So my bar, I'm not gonna lie, is kinda high. It's getting kinda high when it comes to storytelling because Yu Yu Hakusho is amazing. Rurouni Kenshin was amazing.
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop, all those were amazing. And they were still around the same time as Dragon Ball. And Dragon Ball still stood on top, but those were still fucking amazing. And like, so it's not impossible for Dragon Ball to be as hyped as it is, and still be as good as those.
Yeah, they have the.
And yes, Hunter x Hunter. Yes, thank you, Ars. Hunter x Hunter, of course, is the best. Like it's fucking amazing. Like Hunter x Hunter, still going on to this day, even though it's on a mass hiatus. So like, people's excuses or whatever to say for like Dragon Ball is like, yes, Dragon Ball is that or has started that, but it can be more. It can be better. That's all I'm saying. I'm not looking forward to be the best, but I just want to see improvement. I want to see you go up the staircase instead of going down or just flatlining. It's just that's all. You know, small things, nothing big or major. Small things over time. That's really all it's going to be like things that things need to really stop doing. Stop talking about the potential of certain characters if you're not going to explore it. Like for instance, Gohan, they keep bringing up his potential.
Yeah, if you're not going to explore it, leave him alone. Let him be.
They're not exploring it. If you're not going to explore it, then shut the fuck up about it. Like straight up.
Yeah, like we're tired of being teased on that.
Straight up, like it is just a tease. It's just the long, slow tease, like they wants to suck out their teeth.
But like if you're not gonna get rid of Goku, we don't want to hear about him. I'd rather they kill Gohan permanently.
That's how I feel. Honestly, at this point, give Vegeta the GT route. If he's gonna be not worth much in fights, I'd rather him be a family man. Let him grow the mustache. Let him grow a mustache and get a beer belly. I wouldn't even hate. I would fucking love it. I'd be like, yes, buddy. You deserve it. You earned that. You earned a life of relaxation. Let Goku go handle the bullshit and get killed over and over again. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, man, that's all I got for this chapter. It's just 6 out of 10.
Shit. You're nice to me. I'll give it a 4. I'll give that shit a hardcore 4. Like, the minute the spoilers came out for this chapter, I got mad. I got instant mad when I read the chapter with the spoilers. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
I'm giving 6 out of 10 for the whole arc.
Oh, whole arc? Okay, maybe 6 out of 10. I probably agree with that. Maybe 5. But it's just, Dragon Ball. Come on, buddy. If Super gets outshined by Boruto, I will lose my fucking shit.
I don't think so. People really just don't like Boruto.
Huh?
I said people don't like Boruto.
I mean, as they shouldn't because it's really bad. But if somehow in the future it starts getting better than Super, abandon. I
don't know. Kishimoto's back now.
Yeah, but Kishimoto is also the reason why Naruto got bad too. He destroyed his own manga. I mean, come on, you got to admit because
too much backstory.
You got to admit that by the end of Naruto, those motherfuckers were doing some Dragon Ball Z type shit. Like they were fucking damn near shooting ki blasts and blowing up mountains and fucking teleporting like Dragon Ball Z fighters and shit. Like they were and almost flying at one point.
Yeah, I think what people made mad is how they did Madara too. That was dumb.
I mean, that was whatever. I mean, Madara was cool, but he was.
I mean, pulling that's who you hyped up the entire fucking series.
True, but I mean, that's what happens when you make a character too strong. They did that to themselves. They had no need or reason to make Madara go into that god form. Him by himself was alone to be a final boss. That shit was unnecessary.
Yeah, because
they know it.
Before God Mode, he was still whooping.
He was whooping everyone's ass.
Everyone.
So that shit was dumb. Like Naruto started off cool because like in the beginning it was more about tactical stuff. Like, not everyone was fucking shooting for Saiyans for fucking years and summoning their own ninja armies to fight one person. for days and shit. Like, there was like risk reward. By the end of it, there was no risk reward. Remember at one point when like you could use when Shringan would make you blind? Oh no. Just put some eyes in your eyes and you'll be eternally you can see forever. You'll never go blind. Remember when like Naruto had to like, learn things and everything? Oh no. He's gonna be a descendant of all this stuff, so he actually has a natural affinity for everything now. Like what? You know what I mean? Like, and then not to mention the whole premise was that he was a person who was like he was really bad. Like he was a he was a person who's based on hard work and determination because he was a failure and didn't have as much.
And now he just naturally got all the gifts.
Had all the gifts, dog. He was the descendant of a god. Both his parents were OP. He was from a bloodline. He had a demon fox. He had so many hacks in one character. There was no way he was ever going to lose any fight. Like he had so many hacks. He had so many plot armors that he can carry on Boruto by himself. There's no reason he should die in Boruto. Like,
yeah, I'm like, who is fucking with him?
There's no reason he should die. He's got too many plot armor in one thing. Like his shit rivals Ultra Instinct. I like to see, because honestly, I feel like if Naruto talked to Goku enough, he probably could win. Maybe. I mean, his Ultra Instinct's only good for fighting, so if Naruto just talks to him, he might just win. That's how broken those two abilities are.
Hell nah.
Like it's straight up true. Like those things are impossible. The top no jutsu versus Ultra Instinct, which one will win? Honestly, it's a toss-up. Coin flip. Real coin flip.
If Goku doesn't hit him. Oh, man, that's all I got for this chapter, man, for this week. Hopefully, like you said, we'll look forward to the new chapter and things to be better.
My boy Vegeta, what have they done to you, man? What have they done to you?
Kill Vegeta.
Fake ass super bomb.
So next time we get on here, we're gonna talk about what we hope for the next chapter.
A lot of hope. Huh, so much hope. I might have a Bible with me.
Time skip. That's all I want. Time skip. Or reenactment of that tournament. But something we gotta get Goten and Trunks, teenagers.
I just want to see a different setting.
Gohan, I don't even know.
Get off Earth. Like honestly, like I want them off Earth because they're too strong. Like I want them to be in a place where they can blow shit up. Okay, I want them to be like they were fighting on Namek, or when they were fighting Boo on that Kai planet. There was no holding back.
Yeah,
they were ready to blow shit the fuck up. Like they can't keep having shit happen on Earth anymore. Like it's not gonna work for how strong these people are. It's just not.
Man, I don't know.
Shit. So I think the next one, let's definitely try and do something. Push next week. I'm always down Sunday, or unless you have another day that you're free this week.
Sunday, yeah, Sunday, because I got to cook this Wednesday.
Okay, so let's definitely do Sunday, and let's just we'll figure out a new topic. We can either do some character analysis. We can do a whole U-Haul starting from Super. We can either do the anime or the manga. Starting from the beginning. Chat. We'll figure it out. We're still rolling with this, but we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna have another good topic to talk about. I mean, if you guys have any suggestions, let me know that you want to hear some kind of debate or discussion about, because it's Super. It's Dragon Ball. Sky's the limit at this point.
Yeah.
Shit, like hell, we can have a discussion about how boring Jiren is. That shit could last forever. Honestly.
All right, man. It was good talking to you this week.
Good talking to you as well, man. Hope all is good. Stay free of that Rona.
I know. I want to catch that Rona. And man, just pray for the best next chapter. Hopefully, we ain't gonna get no leaks for a couple weeks. So
yeah, not until next month.
Yeah. So
let's see how Dragon Ball is gonna end my fucking year, huh? Let's see.
Let's cross our fingers.
Yeah, fingers and toes crossed. But all right, Coach, it's been real, my brother.
All right, Mr.
This is Street Chaser. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Appreciate you all staying with the channel. Follow the Twitch stream. Twitch.tv Street Chaser. I'm working on my YouTube and my Twitter as we speak. So, yes, that shit will be popping soon.
You already know.
Follow the light.
All right,
Until
y'all.
next time, folks.
We out.